14 and a half years plus, because I think it was like 7.5 months or something like that. Caryn Francese has been not only our parish administrator, she has greeted us, she has taken care of us, she has organized us, which I personally am thankful for, thanks. She has made sure the roles that are the serving roles in church get filled. She has made sure the bulletins get made. She has done 1,000 trillion little things that most of us don't recognize that she does, but she does, and it makes it all work. The parish administrator is a very important job in a congregation as big as ours. I can't tell you how personally grateful I am to you, Caryn. She has loved us as a family, and I don't think we could ask for anything more. This is not a goodbye for anybody who is wondering. She is not taking off. She's not moving. She's not leaving. She's going to just take a break from worshiping to get whoever the new parish administrator long-term, to get them settled when they fill the job. She doesn't want to be in the way of that, okay? But she's not leaving. She will be back regularly to hug us and to love us, and in the meantime, you know where she is. Caryn, come on. All pitched in for a couple of little gifts, which you can open now or you can open later. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, open now.
Open now. Open now.
Sandra, come on, open present.
What's your favorite part?
Just start pulling. You don't know? Did you know?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
A box.
You've always wanted a box right here.
Yep, it says, Caryn, thank you for all your ministry at Good Shepherd. I just want to say that the one thing that I find over the past 14 years that's funny is how often I check how people spell shepherd.
Really? Caryn's the... Caryn with a C.
Caryn with a C, yes. Or not that Caryn, as I've introduced myself. That's that is a mustard seed, and it is a necklace that I can wear with a mustard seed to remind me not only of God's love, but of my part in the world.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And, if you want to do this at not a 5-year-old's level, mustard seed necklace is number 1. And as Bert, Bert, keep moving. Bert now.
He's over there taking pictures.
As he reminded me earlier, I don't need a microphone because I'm a loud person. So that's also what they're
I got considerably more quiet when I got hearing aids 2 years ago.
Because you realize you don't need to shout.
Because I didn't realize I don't need to shout to hear myself. So I wear hearing aids full time now. And it's so funny, I walk into my best friend's house and she's like, I can't hear you.
What?
Yeah. Come on, Steve, you can always hear me. Oh, that's so pretty. This is the sheep of my good shepherd.
Exactly.
And it's a
little, yeah. And it's got a little remote, so you can do it from across the room. I don't know why they put a remote. You can literally turn it off from across the room. I know, it's cute.
You want to bubble wrap? There you go. You have to fight the kid with the baseball cap.
Yeah, go see Michael.
Go see Michael and have him help you pop it.
We have also collected, and if anyone hasn't had a chance to sign the card on your table, if there is one on your table, finish them, sign them, send them over to me. That purple bag is full of good wishes, which I will give you afterwards after I collect everybody's last final thank yous. There is cake over there, which will not be cut until a few minutes. If you want to go see the cakes, Caryn has already peeked the cakes.
Yes.
She saw me walking in with them. So we save a little room for cake. Don't eat all the cookies. And I would like to invite a couple of people up to embarrass Caryn. Because there's nothing more that I like than embarrassing good friends.
Was Steve Tilton?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's not even there.
Oh, there he is.
He's hidden being children. So, I would like Pastor Jeff, see there you are, Steve, Kirby, and Sam. It's upstairs. We'll go get her later. But anyway, we're here to roast/praise you, so I love you.
Just remember that when you do this, and I learned this from when I have an older brother who has daughters that I didn't get married until after they were born, that don't do anything to anybody else in knowing that eventually down the road they may be turning it down. I bought my brother's oldest a Barney doll that talked and sang, and she was my first niece, and I never looked at
I did not prepare any of those remarks.
Speak from your heart.
And I'm also very bad at roasting.
Praising. You can do
I was once called up on stage at a stand-up comedy show. It's a long story, but they told me I had to choose between these two couples that were competing in the game, and I had to be a tiebreaker, and I refused to do it because I thought they were both lovely. I said some of this to Caryn. My skill set does not include administrative skills. It's something I have to work very hard at. And I learned very quickly as an intern that having the parish secretary on your side, having the office administrator be somebody that likes you and is going to be patient with you when you forgot to give them that thing you said you were going to give them on time is very, very important. And Caryn is very easy to love and to be loved by. She just gives that to all of us. And I think we made a joke at the last staff meeting when we announced that you were leaving, and we said how, Caryn is kind of the staff mom, especially because me and Kirby and Sam are a little bit younger. But I told Caryn,
Nice. She just called you old. This is now a Pastor Jeff roast as well. Just got all looked at.
That was classic.
I told Caryn that she wasn't old enough to be the mom, and she was the cool aunt instead. And I called absolutely nobody else.
I will not know what to do when either the copy machines breaks down. Now,
Ellen knows.
there have been times where Caryn is at home and I will FaceTime her and show her the copier and be like, Caryn, how do I fix this?
Via FaceTime.
Via FaceTime, yes. I will look forward to staff meetings being slightly shorter because
Kathy and I already talked.
We're going to take it.
As many of you know, Caryn tells the most wonderful stories, including the side tangents. And those also happen at staff meeting as well. But in all seriousness, Caryn, you are very much a mother figure to me. Every time I've been having a rough day at the office and need a hug or a shoulder to cry on, you've always been there. And I know that is reciprocated with you as you have gone through your struggles in the past few years. Just having that motherly figure in the office each and every day is something that I will miss so much. And I guess this is more of a joke on me, but when Caryn turned 50, I was like, I was 25, and I was like, Caryn, I will always be twice your age. Caryn will always be twice my age. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not how math works.
Why
He's the music guy. Okay, give him a break.
I only need to count to 4.
Occasionally 8, but not often.
Thank you so much for everything you do. And still expect an occasional call about how to fix the copier.
Yeah, every now and then.
That's it, maybe. Do you want to say anything?
Don't have anything to say.
Nobody does. It's a talk from your heart kind of thing, so.
It's just been, I know I haven't been here too long, but it's been really great working with you every day. And I know Kirby just said this, but with the printer, she's doing a lot of work.
Debbie's writing this down.
And just like your hospitality to everyone who enters the church has been really inspiring and taught me a lot.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here to celebrate Deborah.
Okay.
You know, thank God you're here.
It was a break.
You know, I'm a prophet. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I mean, my great ancestor Moses parted the Red Sea. I parted the beard. There's evidence. I'm very shy. And there's a couple of stories I want to relate. The first one is back in 2010 or 11, something like that, when I started, before I started actually. I attended the noontime AA meetings here, which there were several a week, and I was out of a job at the time, and I really needed the support of AA because it was just hard to be out of a job. So I was here every time at noontime, and I was there when someone announced that the church was getting a little upset with all the cigarette butts, and I'm a smoker. In fact, I'm going to have one now.
Right here.
And so after each noontime meeting, I would patrol the whole parking lot and pick up cigarette butts because I didn't want to lose this meeting. And one day I was out front here picking up some butts that were mostly yours, by the way. And Caryn comes out and she says, what are you doing? And I said, I'm picking up cigarette butts. And she goes, did you flick them? And I said, no, but I flicked about 1 million in my life. They just didn't land on this property, so I think it's time. The big guy's watching. You know? And she said, well, I don't know if you're interested or not, but we're looking for someone to replace our sexton.
He's my fault.
So, first of all, yes.
Explains a lot.
Blame her. Blame her anytime you see something on the floor that I didn't pick up. Blame her. And so I filled out an application, and you know, I don't know how many of you know how slow churches work when it comes to hiring somebody, but I was like, I guess I didn't get that job because I didn't hear anything for over a month. And one night I was home, I had just taken a job at Walmart. Thank you. And I got a call from Ken Caller, and he said, would you come in and interview? And I came in and I lied and I got the job. You know, and Caryn had to, he said, bring your resume, and I said, what's that? So Caryn wrote a resume for me, based on my memory of my past. It was a very short resume.
Like I said, blame me for him.
The other thing too is Caryn had said that she's, you know, much quieter now without the, I mean, now that she has her hearing things there. When I first started, I would come in pretty early before anybody got here, and I'd be vacuuming in here. And I have a very slight case of PTSD, so if you come up behind me and say something, I'll jump, and I get mad, because fear is anger, and I'll say something horrible. Well, I was in here one morning vacuuming, and I had my back to the door. I didn't notice that Caryn got in, and she went into her office, and I'm just and I turned off the vacuum cleaner for a second to move the plug, and I hear, "Achoo!" I wet my pants, but I was able to finish the day.
It's like very loud sneak.
So all I really want to say, you know, in seriousness though, is that Caryn was my work wife. I think we all know what those are. All the benefits without any of the benefits.
Never get married again.
She's the reason I've been divorced 3 times. But I'm going to miss her a lot. I have already bonded with Deb. I think Deb's great, but she's, you know, Caryn was just, she was the reason I was here, you know, and I've seen her do so much and go through so much, and she was the one that nicknamed me Rev when I got ordained as a Universal Life Church Reverend. And I just want everybody to before Jeff even talks, I want everybody to take a minute and say thank you.
And even before me is Michael. Where did Michael go?
Yeah, I think I asked to speak, so I wrote something.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday! Big old 19.
Next Friday.
Yeah. I'm Michael. Remember me from this big, I'm a lot taller.
And a mustache.
Yeah, so I'm Caryn's youngest. I got asked to speak because Dominic's not here.
He's
So Dominic and I had pretty different church experiences, but we had some similar ones. My mom used to wake us up in the morning with the, hey, we're ushering. And
You gotta get to church now.
yeah, so Dominic and I would have a conversation and be like, did you know? And I'd be like, no, and he'd be like, okay, me neither. So that was how we would wake up every morning. My first time as an acolyte was at Christmas Eve service. I found out on the way to church. I don't know how many of you were at that service. I almost burnt the church down. I think Steve actually helped me light the candles. So. One of the many blessings of being the church secretary's son is how many people I've gotten to meet over the years. Like I said, I met all of you when I was very, very little. And your kindness to my mother has extended to her, to myself, and to my older brother, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to miss being able to come in here and have lunch with my mom at her desk. I'm not going to miss the, all right, let's go, and then she talks to every congregant for an hour. But I also know that she's going to miss being here almost as much as I am. So I appreciate my mom.
And you say I cry easily.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness you've taken this new job, Caryn, because I need a break.
Amen.
Oh, gosh, no. You have been here almost the same amount of time as me. You started at Good Shepherd about a year, at least on staff, before I did. Joined the congregation just shortly before that too, right? I've always remembered the story that Caryn has shared about you were a member for maybe like a couple of months, or no, you weren't even a member yet. And you came to the first congregation meeting before you had joined, and you gave a lecture.
I was on Carolyn, no, not Bergman, Breacher. I was on Carolyn Breacher's side about tithing.
So you spoke right up, and that has continued over these 14 years. That's one of the reasons why we all need a break now. And you, so when Carolyn Bergman, former parish secretary of Good Shepherd of many, many years, died, the word was put out asking for folks to volunteer different tasks. Caryn stepped in and helped just a couple days at the start, different tasks. And then as we started to search for somebody in that position long term, Pastor Baines gave you an application and said, please fill this out and
Bring it in tomorrow.
Bring it in tomorrow. So we did, and we are forever grateful for that. I have always been impressed by something you have said to me about how you remember what I preached about in my call sermon at Good Shepherd. So I think that must be setting a record for longest time. No, it's an impressive memory. So you have been on staff with me all of these, going on 14 years for me this summer. And I have always relied on your skills in the office, your ability to organize lots of different information, to multitask when the phone's ringing and somebody walks in the door and we're trying to do the annual report, and it's a lot to try to juggle, and you do it marvelously and have done it with grace. In addition to that is the way that Caryn has been a listening ear. Sometimes people come into the church office and they've got stuff going on in their life, and it just all comes out, and they need somebody to talk to. And sometimes it's the parish administrator that winds up being there, receiving those stories, being that listening, passionate presence. And that's something that I think you have said you feel like you have grown in through this role. So that, with your hospitality, your vibrant sense of welcome to people when they come in, your acceptance of all of us for where we're at, and gentle reminders to send me your messenger article, Pastor Jeff. They are all deeply appreciated, and we are so grateful for you. So, thank you.
We'll wrestle.
She punched it out back.
You're not going to wrestle?
Little cold.
So is there anything you want to say?
I just, without getting into a lot of words, and because they won't come out without a lot of sobbing, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking with me for the last 14 years, for accepting me not only as a congregant, but as someone that you are comfortable with, and for the love you have shared with me and helping raising my boys the last. So thank you.
I would now like to open the floor to anyone else who has a special memory or anything else anybody else wants to say. Come on up.
Actually hear me.
Oh,
Dominic wants to say something.
Is there a
surprise?
Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
He doesn't fall very far from the tree. What's up, buddy?
I don't know if anyone can actually hear me, so you might repeat it for me, but one of the hardest parts about growing up and leaving home is wondering if anyone's going to be there when the people at home need some help, need someone to call, need someone to hug. But everybody at church has given me the confidence to know that while I'm not there, there's always going to be someone to take care of my mom. So I just want to thank everyone for that. You guys have been such an incredible family to her. So thank you guys. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dom.
If you couldn't hear that, Dominic was saying thank you for this community, for with Dominic being away, he's at school in Virginia. It's a comfort to him knowing that there's this community of faith here to always be a support to Caryn. So that's what Dominic was saying.
Thanks, buddy.
Deborah.
As someone who's been attempting to fill Caryn's shoes for the last 2 weeks, I have to say I miss her every day. She's left great notes, but you know, someone who's been in a position for 14 years, there's just other things that they have done, and it becomes more and more obvious to me every day as I read her notes, but I really realize there's just so much more to the position that Caryn brought to the position. So thank you every single day, Monday through Friday.
I'm still just a text message.
I know you are. I know. I've called her once or twice.
The first day was because I forgot to leave her the password to the computer. I told her to her, but we forgot to write it down.
Minor point.
Yeah, minor point.
But thank you.
You're wonderful.
Any other things anybody wants to say?
I was telling you, technology is quite scary. I have a big problem with it, right up in the zoo and the tunnel, taking the copier.
Oh, the big copier, yeah.
And the color copier is in the
Karen?
the phone system.
Yep. Trial by fire, it worked.
So Karen's helps with, just changing some of the technology we use in the office, and the big copier we have in the office down there, as well as our phone systems changed at one point, so Tom's voicing gratitude for that. Jenny?
I appreciate Karen always being the one who, when I'm like worried about my kids, bothering people during the service and shushing them, and trying to like grab the markers out of the aisle. So it's like, they're fine, they're fine, just they're fine. Let them go, they're fine.
Just let them be kids, that's what we
It makes me feel really, my family's really welcome here, and I especially liked when you texted me a photo of my oldest, like lying flat on her back under the views, like So yeah, thank you for letting us feel kind of able to come as we are.
That was the gift that was given to me as well. Mine were 3 and 5 when we started here. So this one didn't really like going to Sunday school, so we would come to church and he would lay on my lap through all the service.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Linda, and then Chris.
So Cameron and I have been altar guild partners for a few years now.
Yep.
And that's great, because Caryn says she does set up, I do clean up, we balance each other off. And Cameron's there when we missed or whatever.
I'll be back.
But Caryn's always been a great source of humor and help with the church overall. And I'm going to miss her as my altar guild partner. And I know the band will miss her as well when she grabbed all of her equipment and out of the way because we forgot to clean up. So we really appreciate that and have to be more mindful. But thank you, Caryn.
You're welcome.
Chris?
I'm going to come up because I'm greedy and I'm going to get another hug. Thank you. I just want to give an example of Caryn being the kind of person who goes above and beyond. And not everybody knows this, I don't think. Anyway, when COVID started, I think we all remember what a mess everything was. I'm a senior. I didn't have a computer. I needed to get an appointment for a COVID shot. Wouldn't you think it would be simple? No. I was going crazy, and I sputtered to Caryn about one morning. And she said, I'll get an appointment. 1 o'clock in the morning, she got me an appointment for a COVID shot. And so that's probably one of the reasons I'm reasonably healthy.
I was thankful for your dog.
A couple people have said, I know you're leaving, but can you leave Frank? So yeah, especially the counting crew on Monday or Tuesday morning have said to me, well, what do we do about Frank? And I was like, well, I guess I'll bring him by. Deborah actually said, well, if you ever have a problem with dog hair at your new job, feel free to just drop him off on your way as you drive by. I'm not sure you want to deal with Frank at that level.
And while we were on vacation, we had to leave our dog somewhere, so she took care of
Clover's
our
awesome.
idiot dog. For a couple days.
No, Clover's awesome. Clover's awesome.
The day that we had Frank and Clover in the office at the same time was one of the best days ever.
No, they had a blast in the office. They just sat together and I gave them treats every once in a while.
Oh, that's the trick.
Yeah.
You give them treats. Yeah. I had no idea.
You just sleep on your bed.
I know that our vacuum cleaner's not gonna miss Frank at all.
No, I'm sure. That's why I have the Dyson animal at the
I'd like to present you with a bag full of cards that you definitely want to read at home.
Okay.
In the privacy and relative quiet
Of my own space.
of your home.
Gonna go home and pour a glass of wine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, it's the million little things done all with an incredible, stupendous amount of love, for which we thank Caryn today. Thank you.
Pastor Cassie's gonna pray.
Pray over the cake and then, yeah, you get it.
Yes, I'll be very, very quick. So let's close our congregational meeting and our celebration, which will continue with prayer. Gracious God, you have brought this community together and given us to one another to love. Thank you for showing us the way to do that. No matter the hurdles, both big or small. We thank you for all of the leaders that put together our agenda for the meeting today, and we thank you for all of these folks gathered here who came to vote and to make their voices heard. And we thank you especially for the ministry of Caryn Francese as our office administrator, and we look forward with joy for all of the ways that she will continue to be a part of this community and won't have to deal with the printers as much. We pray all this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Caryn, come cut the cake, and then I'll cut it up for
Everything she did.
She had big shoes to fill too, though. Carolyn Bergman.
Yeah, she was in the
Carolyn?
Yeah, because we came tail end of Pastor Beans. And we were here during the renovations.
Yeah.
So Katie,
Yes.
you're all set for setting up for next